What is up, A team? Welcome back. AuzSOME here. Hope everyone's having an awesome day or night, depending on what happened. Hope it is awesome. And yes, we're back at today to talk more about crypto. We're going to talk more about the markets. I am a little late. I had some things I got to get caught up with this morning and took a little bit longer than I thought. So I'm about 15 minutes late to start this stream. But we are here, dude. We're here on this New Year's Eve. I hope everyone's ready to celebrate the new year. It would be great to bring in 2026. I think everyone's kind of been an up and down feeling throughout 2025. It's kind of been like a good year, but a rough year. It's been like positive and negative. I'd say that the last quarter here has been rough. I mean, it was just call what it is. I mean, I think since September, October, right around October, end of September, right into October 10th, it's been a little bit rough. And since October 10th, the manipulation in this market has been insane. To the point where even this morning, I mean, we're seeing it every single time that the markets open up. Anytime we have a nice little rally to get back to a certain level, we are massively hit with sell orders, and it's like the market is being suppressed to a level that's like I don't know if I've seen this in quite some time. I mean, like it's almost like clockwork now. You can time these markets almost perfectly as to what was going to happen. I knew this morning, you could see it based off the indicators, that this morning we were going to wake up. I saw the pump coming. I was up around like 3 a.m. and I saw it coming up, and I was like, yeah, it's getting above the 3,000 mark. And I was like looking at it, and I'm like, dude, this is going to dump. Like, I should probably put a short in. But I didn't put the short in because I'm against shorts until the beginning of the year. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fighting for at least a week of not putting longs or shorts in on the market. And, and I was sitting there then this morning at 3 a.m., literally telling myself, I should probably short the market, dude. This is going to open up and it's going to get obliterated. And that's exactly what happened, dude. Exactly what happened. Clockwork to a T, dude. Insane. And so, like I said, I'm hoping that here in 2026, maybe some more money comes into the markets. Maybe we're not just recycling the same old money. That's kind of what happened in the last bear market, and what caused us to go into bear market is we're just recycling money. That's all it was. There was no new money coming into the cryptocurrency space. Kind of just got like stale, just stopped. And that's kind of what feels like is happening right now during these last probably 3 months, is that no new money's coming in. It's all recycled money. And it's I feel like institutions and a lot of these exchanges just out there trying to liquidate as much as they possibly can from retail investors. And that's what's happening, dude. And we're seeing that time and time again, over and over and over again. I know I talk about this a lot on the channel, but it just gets to a point where it's like, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. Like, it's easy to manipulate the cryptocurrency market. And the reason why is because it's at a $3 trillion market cap. Like, $3 trillion is a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. But when you compare that to other markets, like other markets take a lot more money to manipulate. But when it comes to a $3 trillion global market cap for crypto, a lot of these companies out there, Binance, Coinbase, all these institutions have a ton of money invested in these where one little sale for them, dictates where the markets go. So it is kind of disappointing, but we are here today. I hope everyone's having a great, New Year's Eve. If you've already celebrated New Year's, Happy New Year's to you. Appreciate it. We got Tim Shea in the house here. Good to see you. We got the Mayor of Crypto. We got Baddest Cat in the house here. Scott, Chris, good to see you, man. Ozax, what's up, man? Shannon, we got Shannon in the house here. Eugene, Scott, Sloan. We got Autobam. Jonathan, what's up, buddy? Alex, what's up, dude? Just Maui's in the house here. Crypto Kyle, good to see you. We got Dustin, GW, what's up? Chipper, Peter, good to see you guys. Z Gold's in the house here. Yeah, wash sales like crazy, so we're down. Yeah, the wash sales are definitely coming in. You could definitely do that. There's no wash rule in crypto. Crypto's technically a property at this point. So there's no wash rules like you would in the stock market. So yeah, you're going to see probably a lot of that as well. Crypto Bito, what's up, dude? Crypto Keeper Joel, what's up, my guy? Griff, Ashley, good to see Ashley. Who else we got here? We got Freddie in the house here. We got William. What's up, William? Peter, very disappointed with crypto, especially XRP. Everything's kind of just, kind of being up and down, right? It's been a rough market. So Paul, good to see you. Marty, Andrew B, what's up, buddy? We got Johnny Blaze in the house here. All right, let's jump into it. We got some things to cover here. Like I said, the cryptocurrency market cap right now is still down below the 3 trillion. It was roughly 3 trillion yesterday. It got above 3 trillion this morning around 3 a.m. and things were looking pretty damn good. Now fell back down to the 2.96 trillion. Every time we seem to have a nice little rally, the wind from our sails get taken out and we get obliterated. And that's kind of what's happened. You can see Bitcoin obviously was pumping up nicely in the last 24 hours, but then came back down pretty hard. It is up over the last 7 days, but just not a whole lot. Same with Ethereum. Ethereum's actually up 1.64% over the last 7 days, but this thing was actually cruising above 2% before it got knocked down. You can see XRP was actually doing decent, right? It was getting up to 189. And you can see this thing actually collapsed back down to 183. It came down a little bit lower than that, but we're at 183 right now. Solana's not looking too bad. There's some cryptos out here that aren't looking too bad. Zcash is still doing its thing here. You can see Hedera has continued to fall back to number 24. Hedera has been dismal, right? Back down to 10 cents, 6.6. I told you guys, my baby down here, but it's just getting obliterated left and right. There's nothing you can really say about that. So that's where we're at with the cryptocurrency. You can see over here, the stock markets are obviously getting obliterated this morning too. The Dow's down 133 points. S&P 500 is down just a little bit by 19 points. The Nasdaq's down 58. And this continues to slide but the positive thing is that it's a 70% gain over 2025. So if you invested in these, which I'll show you some charts on this, it's actually pretty crazy to compare stock market, gold, silver to Bitcoin. Who would have thought that Bitcoin, we have our first president ever to be a pro-crypto president coming to office, and he's literally obliterated crypto. Like, that's how I look at it. From launching a meme coin to not even passing the Clarity Act. That's great that they got the Stablecoin Act out there, but we needed the clarity. We need something out there to really put stipulations on exchanges and what exchanges can and can't do, which is what's happening. They're obliterating markets. And so that's disappointing. I mean, ending the year here, I could say that bringing in our first crypto president hasn't been the greatest. Hasn't been positive for crypto. It's been positive for the other markets for sure. But for crypto, we're a crypto channel. So, I don't think that it's been all that great. We're back to almost the same levels we were when Biden was in office. So, it is what it is from a crypto standpoint. Again, I wish Trump regulated crypto a little bit more. Yeah. It is kind of crazy. But at the end of the day, I'm not here. I think Trump has done good for the other markets. If you're in, like I said, you should be in other markets. So you should be in the stock market. You should be, doing silver and gold, and those have done well, right? Commodities have done well. Our stock markets have hit all-time highs. So you can't dog Trump because of that, because that's been good. From a crypto standpoint, we can dog a little bit. So let's be honest there. But we are down just a tad bit here. You can see that the markets are coming down. This is what I want to show you, because this is clockwork, dude. You can see that we're up to 3,024 for Ethereum. This is my tweet this morning. I said the 6 a.m. dump. Every time we have a pump, always 30 minutes before the markets open, a massive sell happens. You can see ETH was humping to 324 at 6 a.m., hits a massive selling pressure, and boom, literally over the next hour, it comes crashing back down, which is just crazy to me. This happens 30 minutes before the markets open up. It's happened multiple times over and over and over again throughout the last 3 months. It just gets to a point where you're like, damn, dude, can we just take a chill pill and just let the markets go up? Something is suppressing the markets. We hit a level and it gets suppressed. We can go back and look at the charts here. It's very, look at this, dude. This is a perfect sign that we are being suppressed all the way since, let's go to the day chart here. Day chart's a little bit easier. Every time we get to a certain level, we get knocked down. Literally since November, since the November, December, or this is October, since the October sell-off, which is what happened, right? October sell-off here. This is like the FTX of this year, right? This liquidation event that happened in October. We never recovered. And since then, anytime that we've tried to make some positive movement above 91 or even above 90,000, we get knocked down a couple pegs. You know what I mean? And so we've been sitting around this level here of the markets just being absolutely suppressed. And it sucks because the day chart, look at the day chart, dude. This day chart came down here and we pumped all the way up here above 80%, but we never really made any progress. This is actually bad. This is actually not good. This day chart's going to reset, and we haven't even got to any level that we actually wanted to see. This death cross is getting worse, and we're already peaking out on this daily. This daily is going to turn over, and every time that we have a daily that goes back and resets, we drop pretty far. We have some pretty good drops. Just go back and look at the history of these. Whenever the day chart resets, we have pretty good falls. And so, it sucks to see that the day chart's oversold. The good thing is the weekly is still at the bottom. So that's a very positive thing to see that the weekly is at the bottom, because, last time that we were actually at the top for the weekly, we were doing really, really well. Let's actually go over here to the top of the weekly. We were doing really well. We could see where the daily was on that one. And you can see that we're actually on our downturn here. So maybe that's what's going to happen here, is that we're going to be on this downturn. And that's when we're actually going to start to see the pump. But we were already at the top there. So the weekly, last time the weekly was at the bottom, what did we do, right? Last time the weekly was at the bottom, we were down here. What was the daily doing, right? You can go back and look at that too. So we were at the top. So, hopefully this comes back down, but you can see we had another little sell-off here. We'll probably lose another percentage here between the time we go up. That was roughly about another 13, 14%. Again, I'm not here to be bearish, but I think there's a lot of bullish things out there. But when you start to look at the indicators here, it's hard to judge. And there's a guy out here. His name's CryptoCon. I follow him. He's very bearish on the market, so it's good to look at both sides. There's bullish news, there's bearish news. There's a lot more bullish news than there is bearish news. Anyone that's being kind of bearish in the market, at least from people putting out content out there, they are, they what comes down to it is they get pretty beat up. Like they get beat up on X all the time. If you put out bearish news as a creator or as a, people beat you up because everyone wants to hear positivity, but it's good to talk about good things, good to talk about bad things. But we'll see what happens. I think the market's still going to be positive, but right now there could be a little bit of a downturn. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's going to be good. It's a bear market without relief rally. What's suppression? Oh yeah, it's being definitely suppressed, bro. You can see it. I mean, it just happened today, dude, without question. To go look at what happens. Every time the markets open up, it gets suppressed every single time, dude. Let's see here. Manipulation, chase retail away. It kind of feels that way. Sentinel is up to 0.0011, then back down. Yeah, almost got, dude. Sentinel doing crazy numbers yesterday. Sentinel actually climbed up really nicely. You can see right now it's actually trending number 9 on Deck Screener. Sentinel made a nice little turnaround yesterday. I thought we were going to hit pre-sale level. We were roughly like 10% away, not even that. Last night, we were roughly 12% away from hitting pre-sale level. So it's trying to work its way back, but it's sitting number 9 right now on the 6 hour. It's actually sitting number 10 on the 24 hours. So Sentinel's making a nice little rally, dude. The Deck Screener here, you can see that the comeback's been nice, dude. They destroyed anything that Trump is trying to do. I think that it's been an uphill battle for sure. I think it's been an uphill battle. I think that I don't know, man. He has a lot of Republicans voting against him. I mean, we saw that with everything happening with the whole government shutdown, where there was just people voting against it, which is kind of crazy, right? People, the party is kind of split in some areas. Some people aren't, as conservative as they think they are. And that's kind of, you see that's happening down the party line right now. We should do an A-team short and make more money on bullish to start like shorting the market, dude. Maybe it's both short-term bearish, long-term bullish. I think it's been short-term bearish for sure. Blazing Nip. I think it's been bearish for sure. But like I said, you could be bullish at a bear market. What's up with the Pure Wallet? Going to happen soon? I think the Pure Wallet ending here in like a couple hours, right? Or maybe it already ended. I have to look. We could look real quick. Let's see, Pure Wallet. I think the pre-sale is ending here. Let's see. I haven't looked. Yeah, 5 hours. 5 hours for this pre-sale ends. So we'll see what happens here. 5 hours for the Pure Wallet, dude. I bought XRP at 366. How cooked am I? I think a lot of people bought the tops, right? Let's see. Java, thanks so much for the $10 super chat. Hey, Austin, haven't been around for a while. Still remember. Happy New Year's. PWT ending in 5 hours. Let's go. I was just looking at it, dude. Appreciate that a ton, man. Yeah, PWT ending in 5 hours. The pre-sales, ready to rock and roll. So we'll see what happens here. 5 hours, which puts us at roughly 4 p.m. my time, maybe 3 p.m. my time, maybe. So it's coming up here pretty quickly to see that. So, but you can see right here, I mean, Bitcoin ETF inflows are back. You can see after 7 straight days of outflows totaling $1.12 billion, ETFs just flipped positive with 55 million in inflows on December 30th, which is yesterday. Then you follow that up today. If you actually go back and look at the ETFs today, the ETFs are back into a selling. They're back into selling. So it's just kind of wild when you start to look at this, dude. But the people who rule the ETFs will rule the crypto space as of right now. I don't expect it to be positive for the pre-sales for at least a month. I think the weekends are going to take a break even at every opportunity they can. That's probably true. It's crazy to even see right now that some of these wallets, I went back and looked. I mean, some of these wallets are still selling for a loss. Like this thing pumped up and there were pre-sale wallets that sold up here and they still sold for a loss. Like a couple of those whales that sold, they sold for losses. But I mean, like maybe they're taking a loss on the year. You know what I mean? It's this is the last day to do it. So maybe some people are doing that, dude. You're not cooked, just DCA, get your average lower than your initial. Yeah, DCA is huge, dude. I think DCA is like one of your best bets out there. Especially if you're doing long-term holds. If you're doing day trades, I mean, obviously you're not going to DCA. You're just going to trade and leverage and move on. That's kind of what it is. But then, if you're out here and you're buying assets that you like and you want to accumulate, of course you're going to DCA in. I mean, that's just the name of the game. Whatever and whoever better recognize real quick that keeping the market suppressed is the only way to chase away liquidity permanently and possibly do permanent damage. Maybe to some degree. But there's a lot of people that haven't come back to crypto from the last bull market, from the last bear market. Last bear market that hit, dude, People didn't leave. You know what I mean? People didn't leave. People didn't come back. Sorry, people didn't come back after the last bear market because they got obliterated. I put out a tweet there, I put out a thing in Discord saying that this crypto's the school of hard knocks, dude. This is where everyone's probably paid their tuition in losses or paid their tuition in mess ups or screw ups. Like it happens throughout the years of crypto, you get better and better and smarter, and you learn from your mistakes and you take those mistakes and you get better about them going into the next bull run. And even people that are in this bull run that have been here for a long time, they still make mistakes. Like that's just kind of where the markets are at. But I mean, it's the school of hard knocks, and people pay their tuition by the losses and it teaches them and they learn from it and they get better. And that's the good thing about it, is that most people learn from their mistakes and then they're able to apply them into the next run or to the next project or whatever it is, which is a great thing. But until then, I mean, this crypto is a hard space to be in. And so some people think it's easy to come into crypto and, in a bull run when everything's pumping and things are all exciting and everyone's all excited, and it's easy to get caught up in all that and not realize that there's also downturns to it, and you got to be prepared for that. But the downturns are where you want to accumulate as much as you can for the upturns. I go back and look at where I'm at in my positions, and like I couldn't be more thankful for DCAing in and buying the positions I did, to put me in a position today. Like it doesn't impact me as much today with the downturns. It sucks. Like you're like, yeah, dude, I wish the market did better, but it doesn't impact me significantly for holding versus someone who bought the top this year and they're kind of waiting for it to come back. You know what I mean? Cook for now unless you DCA in, yeah. And again, hey, JVA or Javalik, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I do appreciate that. Those sandwich attacks are so annoying. He seems to, yeah, it kind of feels like there was definitely some sells with some bots on the chart for sure. How do you feel about Near Protocol? Please be honest. I don't know enough about Near Protocol, bro, to really give you an honest opinion. Later this afternoon, I'm going to be able to go into Cent for the third time. All right, bro. I say 5 to 6 trillion move from crypto. Before I forget, happy Thanksgiving. Happy New Year's to you as well, dude. They destroyed everything that Trump did. I'll say again, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I didn't read that. I wish Trump regulated crypto more. XRP has been a little bit disappointed. Yeah. Is that gray in the middle of your beard? Yeah, probably is a little bit of gray, dude. I got some gray. Yeah, definitely, man. I'm old, bro. I'm old, dude. Definitely some gray, dude. With stock market did good this year, and you see crypto did crypto did not do very well today, dude, this year. But it is what it is. We got Eugene coming in hot for the 2 months, dude. Glory to Jesus. Happy New Year's, fam. Thank you, Austin. Heck yeah, Eugene. Appreciate you being here, man. Thank you a ton. It's Valavic. It's a tough one. Okay, Valavic. I just had the J in front of there. That's where I got all messed up with the J in front of there. So Valavic. Gotcha, bud. I can't view my Cent on my Trust wallet, but I can view my XCL. Is it not available in the wallet? It should be available in the wallet. My beard is full gray now, starting to get my eyebrows too. I love it, dude. So you can see right here, this is actually pretty wild, dude. Bitcoin retail wallets accumulated 3.31% more Bitcoin since July, while whale wallets added just 0.36%, reversing typical bull market accumulation patterns. So, I mean, really what this comes down to is that the retailers are just stacking up right now. Retailers are just stacking up. They're DCAing in. They're buying as much as they possibly can. And it is kind of crazy when you go back and look at like kind of where the metrics are on this. You can see right here that the green is the whales, and then the red is obviously retailers. Usually that doesn't happen very often, but I mean, here we can see it starting to climb up, and then boom, you can see that the whales were selling. Whales were actually selling, and they weren't accumulating. And you can see that the retail were coming in and buying substantial amounts, which is kind of crazy to see that by the end of the year, the retails are up on the whales when it comes to accumulating. So kind of a crazy thing to look at, dude. We got R Lake coming in. What's up, buddy? Member for 28 months, dude. Thank you so much, man. Happy New Year's to you as well. Appreciate you being here, man. It's good to see you, dude. Been here for 28 months. Damn, bro. There is a global liquidity crisis brewing. Although the Fed prints money, those dollars loop back to the U.S. Treasuries. USD is entering the real economy. Yeah, I mean, I think that I'll say this, and the reason why I feel confident about this is because we got midterms coming. Right, we're gonna have midterms coming up here in about a year. Right, midterms are and you can't go into a midterm as a presidential candidate or as a president to try to still keep control of the House and the Senate, and without a good economy, without things doing well. And so, Trump came out here multiple times and said 2026 is going to be a good year. Whether again, I don't know what's going to be in his favor or not, but like you kind of want to trust to some degree, like, hey, yeah, I mean, the guy, the leader of the free world is coming out here basically saying that he's going to, have the greatest economy in the world, be the best ever. He's going to, bring all this stuff to it. And so that's your expectation now, right? Your expectation is, okay, yeah, let's do it, dude. Bring in all the trillions and trillions of dollars and, do everything we possibly can to raise up as much money and bring down inflation and do everything that we could possibly do to make America's lives better. And again, I know we're not all Americans, but I mean, that's kind of what you're like, damn, that controls a lot of the markets and I'm all for it. You know what I mean? Chameleon, thanks so much for being here for 12 months, dude. Happy New Year to you as well. 2026 is going to be a great year. I think so too, man. I think there's a lot of data out there suggesting that 2026 could be a good year. Crypto was selective. It was your lit utility tokens that did really well. XCN, Swift, Mobile, HBAR. Mobile didn't really do all that well. Are we starting a new cycle at this point? Time to buy and build the stockpile? I mean, you can see here, we'll go through some other things here. This is what's crazy, dude. So like everything's been good this year except Bitcoin. Like go look at the global indexes. Dude, they're killing it. Absolutely killing it, dude. The lowest one right now is up, I think, like 10%. And then you have the Russell up 12%. You got the S&P 500 up 17%. You got the NASDAQ up about 21. You got NVIDIA's up 21. You got gold. Gold is up, 65%. Silver's up 149%. And Bitcoin is down 6% on the year. Like that is the first time that Bitcoin has actually come in and been the lowest on the totem pole here. And it's kind of crazy to see, dude. Metals outperformed all things, dude. Silver, gold, they all performed out phenomenal. Bitcoin posted a negative return of -5 this year, despite having large inflows into all the ETFs. Like we had one of the worst years we've had for Bitcoin in terms of comparison to the other markets. Like that's a crazy thing to look at. So again, everything else did phenomenal, dude. Like, so can't dog Trump. Everything else did really, really good. The only thing is being the first pro-crypto president, crypto did dismal. Like, to say the least, it did really bad. Tesla XRP, simple. Yeah, Tesla's killing it, dude. The Tesla's still one of my best purchases out there. No question. So let's see here. Happy New Year's to you, Deb. Appreciate you being here, man. A-Team. Be sure to hit that like button. I appreciate you, Jen Deb. Thank you so much. Is borrowing protocol solid buys? I don't know about borrowing protocols. I probably would avoid borrowing protocols. Fortune to lie for the new lie. You said the same thing in 2024. Did I? I said the same thing in 2024. Dude, it's an overall market. We hit all-time highs. You know what's crazy, dude? Is we still hit all-time highs with Bitcoin, bro, in 2025. I just want to put that out there, Constantine. You do realize that Bitcoin hit all-time highs, right? Like we could say that Bitcoin's down, but I mean it's down 6%, but it still hit massive rallies. Like we hit all-time highs with XRP, we hit all-time highs with Ethereum. Like I might be saying that Bitcoin's down, but have you forgotten, dude? Like what 2025 was? Like, yeah, go back and look at the charts, bud. Silver had a much larger market cap and it's being highly manipulated. Probably, well, it always was. I think there was actually a guy landed that actually talked about that talked about the manipulation of silver. It was on X. I should probably have saved it. He made a really, really good point about the manipulation of silver throughout. Every time it hit all-time highs, there was this massive manipulation. He actually proves a really good theory behind it. I should have saved it. But I'll see if I can find it. It was pretty crazy. Silver being short squeezed by China probably is, for sure. I mean, like I didn't realize how much actual industry uses silver for certain things. Like it's pretty crazy. Boomer the Ruler, thanks so much for the $5 super chat. Bags cooked, down 49% from my initial investment, but hey, short-term pain for long-term gains. Been with the A-Team for a year now. Hell yeah, dude. I mean, like, yeah, that sucks. 49%. That's what I'm saying. Like the markets are down. It's crazy. We hit all-time highs, and unfortunately, like the people like Constantine out here, who's obviously a little disappointed in himself, he probably bought the tops of these, and that's what happens. You know what I mean? Like you buy in the green and not buy in the red. Like you should be buying in the red, not in the green, bro. And maybe you wouldn't be so upset. Silver, yeah. So thanks again, Boomer. And that's kind of where you shift it around now, is that hopefully you can start to DCA your way into these positions, even if you're down, and cut your bag in half if you can, right? I mean, if you bought up here at these super high prices, maybe you can DCA your way in down here and be in a better position. That's kind of what sometimes you have to do. If you put 5,000 in up here, maybe you got to wait for this to come down and put 5,000 down here to try to cut it in half, to where when this rises back up to 100,000, you're at a break even point, versus waiting for us to come all the way back up to 126 to get to your break even point. So like, you have to really make that decision. They're probably manipulating crypto to make Trump look bad. I mean, that could happen, right? I mean, it's an easy market to do, right, Ashley? I mean, I think it's an easy market to manipulate. I mean, no different than Tesla, right? You go back and look at Tesla. They were shorting the hell out of Tesla. Look what happened to Tesla. Tesla got obliterated because they were shorting the market to make it look bad, right? And it was just a great buying opportunity for anyone that jumped in on it. For me, it was one of my best buys of the year. To this day, it's still one of the best buys of the year. This thing continues to go up. My buy, I put a pretty good penny down here at 225. Still one of the best purchases of the year. Let's go actually pull that up. I mean, literally up almost 125%, almost about right now it's about 100%. This thing reached up to almost 125%. And it's killing it, dude. Like this was all shorting of the market because people were mad at Elon. You had a lot of the lefties that were mad at him. You got a lot of the righties that were mad at him because of the whole beef with Trump. You had everyone attacking Elon and burning down, trying to burn down factories and, burning up battery stations. Like, it was crazy. But it was like, dude, this is the best time. We literally bought the bottom of this Tesla dip right here from that. So yeah, I mean, I do think that that's an easy market. Bitcoin and crypto is an easy market to make it look bad. Like, it is. It's not that big of a market cap in all reality compared to the rest. So happy New Year's to you too, Alex. Yeah, it did, dude. Go back and look. I'm gonna pull it up here real quick, bud. Let me go to the weekly here. What does that show you, Constantine? I don't know where you've been, dude, but last all-time high was roughly 332, and all-time right here was 366. So again, if you're gonna come in here and talk shit, dude, like, get your numbers right and get your facts straight. Okay, dude. All right, I'll let you be now. Yeah, he rugged you. See, this is your negative, bro. You're negative. You're one of those guys that bought the top and now you're negative. Like, go read some charts, get a little bit better, and go buy the dip. You know what I mean? Maybe you'll feel a little bit better about yourself. All right, dude. Don't come in here and talk shit and not expect to get some heat back. All right, dude. October 10th wiped out a ton of people. Yeah, dude, for sure. It did. It honestly did. For without question, dude. I think that the October 10th thing was it was kind of like it was worse than FTX. It was worse than Luna Classic. Like, go back and look at those things. It was the worst liquidation event in crypto history. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what it is. Nobody knows what's going to happen. It's all opinion. 100%. I would agree that no one knows exactly what's going to happen, dude. No one know. You can just, all you have to do is just look at previous history and then come in here and try to make the best decision for you. No one knows 100% what's going to happen, but you try to take everything here and you try to find the best solution. Like, you try to find what's best for you and make the best decision. One thing that's great down here is that we're on the bottom of the weekly. So like, this is a great indicator for me, is that we're at the bottom of this weekly. This is a really good thing. Anytime we're at the bottom of the weekly, we rally nicely out of this thing. It doesn't matter how you look at it. And again, it could take a couple weeks. It could take a couple months to get out of this. And it's going to take a couple months to get out of this. But realize that anytime that we actually get out of it, they start to like, we're at a prime position to accumulate right now. There's no question. These are just sell-offs at the end of the year. I think so. Yeah, we usually get sell-offs. I mean, this is all tax harvesting. And again, these are properties, commodities. Like, again, you're not going to get in trouble for tax harvesting, dude. Ripperino, thanks so much for the €6, dude. Happy New Year's to you. I wish everyone good health and hope your dreams will come to reality. Greetings from the Netherlands. Hell yeah, dude. And congrats to you, man. You are in the finals against Tim Shea for the first inaugural A-Team Discord fantasy football team. And you versed Tim Shea right now, dude, for first place, man. So, shit I ever made a song about his FOMO as a bitch. Seiko, what's up, Seiko? I feel like I haven't seen Seiko in a minute, dude. What's up, buddy? He said the same thing back in 2024 because the stats were pretty damn there, the same as right now, dude. I mean, we hit all-time highs. Like, this is what's crazy is, like, we could sit here and say, yeah, Bitcoin's down on the year. You got to realize, but we hit massive numbers up here. Like, yeah, we came back down to the numbers of where we were at in 2024. You know what I mean? Like you can see right here, 2024 was in the massive pump right here. This was a crazy year in 2024. If you were able to buy in prior to Trump's election, this was a crazy run. And then obviously we came down after the election, we came down and we went up to another rally. Like regardless, I don't care what anyone says, like 2024 was a successful year. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I think 2024 was a great year. So yeah, anything I said in 2024 and going into 2025 here, like I stand by it. 2025 was a great year. 2024 was a great year. Look at this, dude. 2024, boom, we had a massive rally up to all-time highs in 2024. Then we came down in 2025 a little bit. And then we rallied all the way back up to all-time highs in 2025. So like, yeah, I'm saying the same thing. And again, if like you bought at a certain time here and you are down on your bag, like don't be mad at me, dude. Don't be mad at me. You can't be mad at me for doing that. If you're down on your bag, you'll have to hold until the new levels. Yeah, I mean, and you should DCA in, dude. Can't stop DCA and XRP, but let it dip and then rip. Me and you, Austin, the loser brackets. I know. Yo, easy, bro. Gosh dang, dude, that's great advice. DCA all the way, just in case they flush us down more. I mean, you got to DCA. I mean, if you have, and again, you shouldn't be investing money in here if you're afraid to lose it. If you're afraid to lose it, you shouldn't be investing. That's what it comes down to. I mean, you shouldn't be putting your money in any of this stuff. You shouldn't be investing in any stuff. You just keep it in fiat, dude. Stay broke, keep it in fiat, and just stay broke and happy, dude. Like that's the best thing for a lot of the people that get upset and mad that they're invested in an asset that is obviously volatile. Even the stock market's volatile. And if you're upset about it, then just keep it in fiat, dude, and just make, or keep it in the bank and make your 0.009% annual, and just be happy that way. But don't be mad at us because we're invested in crypto and we follow it on a daily basis. And some people are up, some people are down, and we're still trying to find our floors. Like it's kind of crazy, right, dude? To feel that way, like that's crazy to me. Market will likely pump Friday as people complete the wash trading. Well, usually crypto January 1st, we already know January 1st is on average a 2% pump. 90% of the time is a 2% pump. So we'll see tomorrow, dude. I mean, we're roughly 14 hours away from New Year's, dude. We'll see what happens because New Year's, obviously new tax season. It'll be very interesting, man. I agree, Rob. Got it. Good to see you, buddy. Hope all is well with you, man. And yeah, the wash trading will be completed. We'll see what the new year brings, but I think I showed up that chart. I might have saved it. I could probably find it. I think that's an average. Let me see if I can find it. Timothy is the guy that put it out there. Let me see if I can find him real quick. I know he put it out there just recently. Might take me a second, but he put out a chart showing that we on average pump about, I thought it was 2%. Oh yeah, right here. Here it is. Right here, best days to own Bitcoin, dude. 3 of the best performing days for Bitcoin are coming up. January 1st is positive by 90% of the time. So again, 90% of the time, Bitcoin's positive. On an average, it goes up about 1.19%, which isn't a lot, right? But I mean, like if you're trading out here, I mean, yeah, you're kind of like, okay, damn. And you can see right here that January 2nd is positive 70% of the time with an average gain of about almost 2%. So, and then you got January 14th. These are the 3 of the biggest days to own Bitcoin. So, I mean, we go back and look at the Bitcoin pricing here, dude. And I mean, you can see that the weekly's down, the day chart's at the top up here, which means it still has actually room to grow. Like this is, I mean, I might have talked some crap, but I mean, this has some room to actually still grow right now. And it very well could. The 12 hour is still at the top here. The 4 hour is still working out. Like the 4 hour hasn't even broken out yet. You know what I mean? So you have to watch this. But I mean, if we're going to go back and look at this, I mean, this is the time. I mean, if you're a gambling man and you want to put in a long, I might actually put some longs in tonight and just say F it. I might just put some longs in, dude, and just break my streak. Because if you go based off of history here, 90% of the time January 1st is in the positive. Like that's a really good stat to say, hey, I might put a long in on this. You know what I mean? So Austin, I want to say Happy New Year's. I followed you for a year and you've made my crypto journey so much better. Oh, I appreciate that, Heal by Andrew. So I just want to say thank you. P.S. Ignore the haters. Dude, I have to give the haters some. I know I ignore them, but I have to give them some heat, right? They can't just come into the channel and just say whatever they want to say. So I have to give them some heat. I have to play around. If they, I have to play around too. I have to have some fun. The haters bring a lot of fun to the channel sometimes. You know what I mean? You got to go out. You got to have some fun with the Daves, dude. So, but I appreciate you, Heal by Andrew. Thank you so much, man. Ripperino, almost a year part of the A team. Hell yeah, Ripperino. Appreciate you, man. And good luck this weekend with your fantasy football, dude. Just beg for $1 million. The grand exchanges. Just saying all you're doing is talking about crypto and the negative people are going to come and complain all the time, right, Tony? It's all good, dude. The fact that you believe Trump gives any care about crypto besides getting his family richer is hilarious. okay, thanks. I don't know what to say. Yeah, we are in sub only mode. That's the crazy thing, is that people will actually take the time to push sub, to comment and be negative. Like, it's pretty wild, dude. That's pretty wild. People will go through, they'll come into a live chat and click subscribe just to say whatever they're gonna say, like that. Imagine that, dude. Like, must be really bored in life. Do your own research. When it explodes, it will become the number one crypto. Which one are you talking about, Lars? I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Thank you for being honest. I try to. Yeah, for sure. Hey, dude, thanks for having me. Hell yeah, Dustin. Appreciate you being here, man. I'm loading up on Telecon. I don't know what that is. I'm talking about just spot trading. Yeah, futures. You can't DCA in on futures, bro. If you're like, you'll screw yourself trying to DCA in on a leverage, dude. Like, just leverage trade it. Try to find your way. If you have to increase margin. But yeah, I wouldn't DCA in on a future on any kind of leverage, on any kind of perpetuals. I would avoid that. But a spot, yeah. I mean, if you bought Bitcoin at 90,000 and it drops down to 75,000, like, you're like, yeah, maybe I have some extra cash. I'm going to try to DCA in and get it at a lower price. Like, I mean, that's exactly what Michael Saylor does. That's exactly what you have. What the hell is his name? Oh my God, Berkshire Hathaway guy. The hell's his name? Warren Buffett. That's what Warren Buffett does. So absolutely 100%. The only way winning the game is to play the long, hold it if you can stomach it. Absolutely, dude. I mean, I'm in the positives because I've held. Yeah, we come on here and we talk about a lot of the margin calls and trading and daily stuff, and that's and then we talk about like where markets are going to go and how they're going to go and fluctuate and things like that. But the overall thing, like, if anything comes to this, the goal is to just buy when you can buy, hold when you can hold, accumulate when you can accumulate, and just let it bake, dude. Just let it bake. Let it sit in the oven and bake for a couple of years. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's so anxious about trying to get money now and trying to be rich. They're trying to become like the next Shiba millionaire or the Dogecoin millionaire or the Pepe millionaire. Like, they're like, people still are having that, and that's great. Like, you can have that feeling, but just realize it takes a long time for that to happen. And so find the good projects and just chill out. Cent pumping. Is it pumping right now, dude? Is it pumping back up there? We're at yeah, it's coming back up right now, dude. Yeah, it was at down 9.3. Now it's coming back up 10%. Yeah, I mean, a cent's another one, dude. Like, I mean, people are dogging cent, but this thing has come back from the bottoms of where it's at, dude. It's not that far away from pre-sale price. And I think when the burns start to come in and this thing starts to get some legs, dude, I think it's a time to hold on, dude. Pure Wall pre-sale ends tonight. Yeah, I saw that, dude. So yeah, shout out to Cent. What's crazy is Cent, even Acceler right now. Acceler still ranked in the top 20. Acceler, even with everything it's got going on here, still ranked in the top 20. Sentinel still ranked here in the top 9. Just brand new crypto ranked in the top 9 on Dex Screener. Again, projects would love to have a project like this. It just launched, has a chart that's a little bit down, but it's still ranked right now, still out here trending, showing you the amount of volume that's coming through. I mean, the volume coming through on this is pretty damn good, dude. We're talking 3.7 million in volume. Is a pretty wild thing to look at. Even Sentinel right now has over roughly 165,000 in 24-hour trade volume. Sentinel right now is sitting around 607,000 in 24-hour trade volume, which is a lot for a DEX, right? Just for straight DEX, that's a crazy number. So, but this is pretty cool too, right here. What comes next? Look at the pattern on this. This is a pretty crazy pattern, by the way. I don't know what you guys think of it, but since 2023, this is a 3-month candle. So you can see every 3 months, you can see right here. So 6 months we're in the green, then we go 3 months in the red, 6 months in the green, 3 months in the red, 6 months in the green, 3 months in the red, 6 months in the green, 3 months in the red. So what follows, right? If we're following the pattern game here, right? Let's go back to elementary school. What do you think follows here? This could break, right? I mean, this trend that we see right here could break. I don't know. But it's funny that since 2023, since the bear market, this has been the trend. And we just reached the trend where we're in the red. And so usually based off this, following this, it should be in the green if we're following the same patterns. Probably longing the Chinese trading session overnight. Hell yeah. Hey, Austin, I'm down a little bit, brother, but love the dips. Yeah, I think, I was down too. When I was in my first bear market, or for my first bull market, I bought the tops, dude. I was like, I bought Ethereum. My Ethereum was one of my first purchases, right? You go back and look at Ethereum, dude. I bought Ethereum and I sat on Ethereum and I was like, gosh, dude, what an idiot. I can't believe I bought this, right? We go back and we look at Ethereum, dude, and this thing was coming out here, just rallying through this, dude. I bought this back in 2018 right here. We bought it up here. I put a pretty good little amount into it and rode this thing all the way to the bottom. And then this thing came up and then I sold it, being a freaking idiot, like trying to, coming back out of it. And then I bought it again, all up in here, and then when the thing came down and dipped down here, I bought a shit ton down here, dude, which brought my average down here. I DCA'd in for my position. I sold it thinking I was going to be a genius up here, was not a genius back in 2021. And then it dipped. I'm like, oh yeah, I got it. And then it freaking pumped, missed out on the pump. And then it was over here. You start buying thinking this is going to be it right here. It's not. And then, you come down and you're DCAing your way in all the way down here. And, then you get your low price. And so like, that's kind of what happened, dude. And, so yeah, I know the pain. I battled it too. XRP was another one. I bought XRP at 30 cents. And the thing would sat there for 3 years at 30 cents. I put a lot of money into XRP and just like had it sitting in XRP forever, dude. Like just sitting there up and down, up and down. It was literally a stable coin for 3 years. Oh my God, the Trump haters coming. Yeah, you're always going to have them, dude. People don't understand that the financial system is a giant machine. It needs fixing. I think so too, dude. I mean, we're just talking about all the, was it yesterday on stream that we were talking about? I think we were talking about like all the scams out there. I would agree, dude. The positive environment, all that negativity needs to walk away. I would agree. Yeah, they need to go touch some grass, dude. Remember how fun it was when Digital Orgy was flooding everything? I don't even know what happened to Digital Orgy, dude. They need someone to blame. Oh, they're always going to be someone to blame, dude. 100%. I mean, when Sentinel was going down, right? Sentinel was going down and hit down here. Everyone, was going in my, I had people going in Discord and, dogging me, not dogging me, but just dogging it. And, you have people on X that are, you just got to block them out, dude. Block them out. Who cares? I do love some cheese. Hey, Austin, I do have a mirror. Put all your money in a meme coin. You can't rug an established coin. It's hard to rug an established coin. No, that's why I was saying earlier on here is that a lot of these projects out here, I mean, just go down the list of these projects here, and none of these projects are going to do anything. Like, no offense to Shiba, but there's nothing coming into Shiba. Like, what's going to bring money into Shiba outside of just pure excitement? Like, not a whole lot, dude. You know what I mean? Like, there's just not a whole lot going to come into that. World Liberty Finance. The only thing that's going to come into World Liberty Finance is obviously Trump and their team putting money back in on burns and things like that, which is what their team, I guess the DAO decided on. But then you go down here. I mean, like the BitGet token, obviously this is connected. This is a DAO-based token. Like that could be a little hard to rally. You come down here, Pepe is another one. I mean, there's a lot of these top 100 cryptos out here that are going to be hard that don't have any real use case. They just did really well and they created a massive market cap, which allows them to stay in the top 100. But when you go and you look at the fundamentals of what they are or what they do, they really don't do a whole lot. You know what I mean? Like, what does Pump Fund do? Like, what does it do for you by holding the token? Like, what does it do for you? What is the project doing for you? Like, again, I don't know. I'm asking a simple question. Like, what is PancakeSwap? By you holding PancakeSwap, what is that doing for you? And again, you look back at it, if you like the DAO stuff, like that's great, right? But I do like decentralized cryptos. But you just go back and look at some of these, and you kind of go, yeah, man, I don't know. They're not going to do a whole lot. You have to inject a lot more money into them. Austin, best thing happened for me in 25 was you. Granny Love. We got Granny Love in the house here. We got 8 SEC girl. Jake is scary. You guys, I didn't realize how many people actually do not like Jake in this chat. It's crazy how many people are dogging him. I mean, so at the end of today, right? I mean, is this credibility out the door? I mean, I don't think people are going to like stop watching him because of what he said. But I mean, like, where's your credibility go if you're saying that? Yeah, something's happening with Pure Wallet. I think they're having issues with AWS. Do you think PWT will launch in the next couple of days? I don't know. Kind of concerned, no news to talk on tokenomics, release schedule, etc. Well, tokenomics are out there, Tim. I showed the tokenomics yesterday on stream. My only goal here is to eventually swoon Austin into making me a mod. You got a swoon fan, not me, bro. Still waiting for city permits to build my Shibaverse crib. Are you still waiting to build your house, bro? Gosh, dang, that's such a long time, dude. Such a long time. I can't believe that's out there. So this is what I was saying here is what comes next. I'm hoping that we basically go green, green, red again. So this will be interesting. I think that we're going to go into Q1 in the red or in the green. I meant. So I'm kind of liking it. What's crazy here is the bottom is closer than the top. This is actually a crazy thing to think is that we're closer to a bottom than we are to a top. So like that alone right there is definitely the bearish side of it. XRP is tanking. When was Jake ever? I don't know. I don't watch him. That's why I'm asking you guys. Is Hypersui a safe pre-sale? Probably not going to buy it, dude. Me and Jake went to high school, and he was always taking his clothes off in the middle of class. We were very. Oh my god! Did you really, dude? That's crazy. Memes suck, guys. Stop thinking of rich quick things. It never ends good. Look at ZBAC. It achieved ISO. That's pretty good, dude. ZBAC, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, Rob. Gosh, dang. Definitely going into the red. Do you think you're going into the red based off that based off this chart right here? So 6 months in the green, 3 months in the red, 6 months in the green, 3 months in the red, 6 months in the green, 3 in the red, 6 months in the green, 3 in the red. So based off this pattern, you think we're going to go red here? We're going to break the cycle. Is that what you're saying? They haven't announced a launch, Jam. No, I don't think they announced a launch. Bitcoin will hit 70K before the bear is over. Yeah, and there's definitely some charts out here. I'll show you. I mean, this is this guy right here. I told you guys, CryptoCon. He's one of the guys out there that he's a lot more bearish on the market. So again, there's a lot of bullish news out there, things that are saying, hey, we're like looking to rally. But he's also showing that there's a lot of indicators out here showing that we could go down even further. And so you got to respect both sides. I think it's important to respect both sides. Again, you could be in a bear market and still be bullish, but you got to respect it too. And so, like he says right here, that to say that the bottom in here for this cycle is just getting started is disingenuous. 6.5K to 124K was a very good run for Bitcoin at this level of maturity. Market is in general are overheated. They're rampant gambling. Is basically what this is. Times like these can only last for so long. And so that's basically what he's saying is that you could have got down here on these prices. This came down to roughly this is back in the previous market. We went to basically 16K and rallied all the way up to roughly 124K, which was 120. I think it was 126K, wasn't it? So when did he put this out there? I thought Bitcoin hit 126. Oh yeah, I guess it did hit 126. It did hit 126. Okay. Oh, he's over here. Sorry. Right here. It was a very good run. So I would agree, getting in at the bottom at 16.5K and going all the way up to 124K is a really good run. So what he's saying here is you can actually come down here and see the MACD, and it's definitely crossing over here. And usually we have some pretty good turmoil coming down. So a lot of people are thinking that this is going to come down. We're going to probably fall down to, again, based off his charting here, we're going to fall down to the previous height of the previous bull. So we have a 62K is the next level, right? 62K is that next level before we start to take the next run. And that's kind of where it's at right now. And if you go back and look at the previous time this happened, I mean, we could see right there, the weekly came down and stayed at the bottom. We came back up and pumped, but we stayed at the bottom for a little bit longer, and then we rallied out of it. So this one's actually been a prolonged bottom here. This has been a prolonged bottom down here. So it'll be very interesting to sort of see what happens here. But yeah, 62K is kind of like the trigger number here, and you can see right now 67 is right at the bottom of the 200-day moving average. And we usually come down and hit that, right? I mean, we usually will come down, we'll go a little bit past it and then build back up. So, 62K is kind of where it's at right now. If we're being bearish on where this is going to go. PWT said launch October 30th. Did it really? When did it say that? Damn. Nobody has been right about this market. Yeah, it's been hard, Majestic. It's been a tough market to gauge for sure. I would agree. Dude. What's crazy is going up to October. I was pretty spot on going up to October. I was saying that the top was in October. Like I was saying that throughout all of 2025. And then when October came, I was like, dude, I don't know. I think that we actually have some more run. And so I kind of got caught up in thinking that we were going to prolong it. Again, my father's, his professor is an economist, and his cohorts believe that we're going to go into a super cycle. You got Trump out here calling it for a super cycle. You got Trump out here saying that in 2026 we're going to rally. So it was just really hard to gauge. Once October came, it was like a really hard thing to gauge. You have all these professionals out here saying one thing and what's going on here. We got rate cuts, coming in. We got inflation coming down. So like there was a lot of positive things towards the end of Q4 here, and you're like, damn, we do have a chance to rally out of this. At the same time, October was the number for us to actually hit the top here. And so like if you followed that, then you hit the top. And we were talking about that all 2025. It just then got convoluted with the potential for this to be a super cycle, and with the potential for rates to come down, and quantitative easing, all that kind of stuff got put out there. And so that's where it all got a little bit tougher on the markets, because you're like, shit, you're kind of you're contradicting what you were saying. At least I was saying October is going to be the top. And then you started to like, oh man, you started to go away from that. And like, maybe it's not going to be the top. And so, yeah, I would agree that that's kind of where my head went with it for sure. A little late to the party. Give me a synopsis of what we talked about today. What's up, Craig? Good to see you, buddy. The Riddler, I think those were all good projects. After the New Year pump, I would long until the bottom. I wouldn't long until the bottom. Oh, I get what you're saying. You wouldn't long until the bottom. Hell yeah. Hey, boss, let me off early. Hell yeah, dude. Tax harvesting started in November, December, except for those who were the wash. The wash rules. Yeah. H bar hitting 10 cents would have been a great deal. So waiting until the 10-cent mark. I just put my last 800 in PWT. Oh, snap. I think most of the market might not unpredictable in these times. We have huge fluctuations in the market depending on behavior of one person. It's true, dude. It is crazy, right? Trump will say one thing and boom, dude, it goes nuts, dude. And then Trump will come back and say another thing and boom, it just takes a shit. Like, it is pretty wild. He does have a lot of pull. Like, there is no doubt about that. Like 100% massive pull on the markets. But again, here's the positive news too: is that people are believing that this channel has consolidated. This a consolidation channel right here, and they believe that we're going to rally to the next levels here. Again, these are more of the positive side of it. Again, here's another one where we're coming down to the end of these channels here, and every time we come down here and hit a certain level, we bounce back up. So again, more positive news out there than there is negative news with where we're going. It's a really hard thing to gauge. True was thinking of XLM, but never anything good. H bar is a sleeping giant. Kind of feels that way. The market suppression really has pissed me off a bit. It has been. I mean, it sucks waking up and seeing this. I mean, it's the writing's on the wall. It's been on the wall for a while, dude. Of just the manipulation in the markets. It's there, dude. Without question, the markets have been manipulated, I think, tremendously by exchanges, by institutions. I do think that they're manipulated. There's no question about it, dude. No question at all. So, a reminder, we're still here. This is the local bottom. So some people are calling this for a local bottom here. This is back in April of last year, where we had the tariff issue and the Elon and all that kind of stuff. And then here we are doing the same thing. You can see that this took about 54 days before we started to ride out of it. Right now we're 42 days in. Good question as to whether we break up or break down. Some people think we're going to break down. Some people think we're going to break up. We're kind of caught. It's going to be this wait and see who's right and who's wrong. You know what I mean? And there's going to be a lot of people out there that if they get it right, they're going to be saying, I'm right. If they get it wrong, they won't say a thing, right? And then there's a lot of that will happen in the space. When is the claim? Good question, Jackie. I don't know when the claim is. I am messing with Flare. I heard and seen it has high potential, but still deciding. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I sold my. I don't have. I think I have like $1,000. I sold a majority of my Flare. I think I have like $1,000 in Flare. It seems to be the Pure Wallet token is a scam. I don't think it's a scam. I mean, I know the team behind it. I don't think it's a scam at all. Pure Wallet's out there. I think they're still building, and I think what they're trying to do with the token is good. But yeah, I mean, they still got to come out here and deliver. They still got to deliver a tech. They still got to bring, they still got to bring stuff to the token, right, and to the holders. I've always said that, And I put out my reasons on where I'm at. People are like, "Why did you only put 8K in it?" I gave out my reasons why I only put 8K in it. I know the team behind it, and I think that they've done a good job with the project. Now the token and how it works with the wallet, I think if people like that kind of stuff, then they'll buy the token. But again, people are buying these pre-sales for the wrong reason. We saw that with Cent, which Cent is starting to climb back up here. Hell yeah, dude. starting to climb back up here, dude. Like Scent, I love it, dude. Like this whole thing. I'm just gonna let you guys know, dude. Scent, obviously, Scent came off to a rough start. I mean, it didn't even get off to a rough. I mean, this thing still went up almost a 3x, right? This thing launched and went up to roughly almost a 2x. Sorry, almost a 2x at launch. Okay, then it came crashing down. People were selling at massive losses here, all the way down to here, and this thing started to build out. And this thing was down roughly 50%. It's already built back out, and now it's roughly about 20% from pre-sale price, which is phenomenal. And we haven't even like nothing's really happened. I mean, the trading's still going on. The Sentinel has been released. The burns are going to be coming in here. Like, dude, this is one of the only projects that's actually bringing profit back to the holders. Like, I can't think of another project outside of XCL as well. Like, I mean, and this is bringing profit to XCL too. Like, Sentinel has an opportunity to actually do something different in this space that no other project really done, and that's kind of where I'm like super pumped about it. Like, I really am. And I know I was on my high horse yesterday talking about it. I was all pumped up about it yesterday. It was climbing up, like people were getting on it. But I just look at the mechanics and the fundamentals of Scent. Like, if they go out there and keep delivering with these bots to go and arbitrage and take what's theirs from a bot and put it back here, then dude, like, why name another project that's doing that? Name another project that's putting that much money back into they're giving profits back to the holders. Like, no other project does that. That's been what's so great about it, dude. 750 XRP tonight. Never lose faith. They might let it sneak us. You're saying it's going to go up to 750 tonight? That's crazy. Portfolio diversification is responsible. Yeah, I hope we get a clarity before Valentine's Day. That'd be nice. My good people, Austin is always honest, and all we do is talk about crypto and help you learn to do things yourself. Yeah, I mean, that's what it's here for. I'm here to just help other people grow in crypto and get better about it. Like, I'm not here to tell people what to do or how to do it. Like, it's up for you to decide what's best for you. We're just talking about the news, talking about new projects, talking about the goods and the bads, the ups and the downs. That's really all it is, man. So go find out when you claim. You said you worked with people, find it out. Go find out when the claim is. Said you worked with these people. Okay, like, I didn't know. I mean, like, I don't work for them, dude. Like, I worked with them doesn't mean I work for them. Like, what kind of statement is that, dude? Go find out? Really? You go find out, dude. I have things to do today. You go find out. I have a lot of things to do today. Or you might not have things to do today. Maybe you go find out for me. You go find out for me. How about that? Thank you. I appreciate that a ton. Austin stole all my spoons in my house. I still believe XCL is a great project. I really like the project. Ration. I think so too. I'm with you. I'm with you too fast. The new one's XCL and Sentinel, all about holding and using protocols. I think that's what it is, dude. Just use the tech that's out there and let the tech deliver, right? People complain all the time about like, oh, this tech and this, but like, just let the tech deliver. I mean, they obviously put the tech out there. When can we claim pure wallet tokens? I have no idea, bro. I'm with you. I'm with you guys too, man. Let a brother dream. The audacity. The audacity. I swear he has my spoons. You never advertise about the token. You make advertising about the token. I talk about the tokens. Yeah, that's fine. I don't advertise. I talk about it. You do realize that I'm not paid to talk about it, right, dude? Like, you do realize that. So before you come in here and say that it's a scam, before you come in here and say what I should be doing, you do realize that I don't get paid to talk about them. I didn't take a pay. I like the tech. I like Pure Wallet, dude. Like, that's simple as that. I like Scent. I like the tech behind Scent. I continue to talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy, bro. Oh man. You should talk about things that you like, right? That's what it comes down to. You know, I don't know what the Pure Wallet token is going to do. I'm invested in it. I have no idea what it's going to do. It's not even out there. I have no idea what it's going to do, dude. Making content is different than making advertising. Yeah. And I have made videos for advertising, for sure. That's funny. That's funny. I just got a text from him. Let's see here. Does it really say that? Where's it say that at, dude? Where's it say that at, dude? I'm reading a text. I'm reading a text right now. Where does it say that? It says one pre-sale sends end in 4 hours. The other pre-sale price increases tomorrow. Where are we seeing that, dude? Am I missing something? I guess I don't see it. I haven't really paid attention either. So, Austin, you are a lot of things, but corrupt isn't one of them. I think my whole goal here is to just try to bring things to people to try to bring, there's projects with new tech. So bringing new tech out here, bringing new ways of looking at things. Like that's all I'm trying to do. Talk about crypto, talk about the ups and the downs, the goods and the bads. Yeah, I don't know, man. I appreciate you, guy. I think that's the whole goal here is to try to, just try to put stuff in front of the A team as best I can, right? And I'm not always going to be right, I'm not always going to be right, but I'm trying my best to do it. Guy, Austin's only helping us get introduced to great projects. I try. That's the thing is some people are not going to like these projects and some people will, and it's okay if you don't like it. It's okay. Like there's no one's saying you have to buy it. No one's saying you have to like it, but there's a great community behind it. If you're into the community thing, like it's a great community. And I think the fundamentals behind it are there, right? They still have to go out there and deliver. They still have to go out there and make the money. The bots still have to bot. The bots still have to go make money and put it back in here. If they can't do that, then the project fails. Like it's that simple. You know what I mean? But some people are here for it and some people are not. Just like Ethereum. Ethereum has to go out there and produce low gas fees and make it easy and make it secure and make it user friendly. If they can't do that, then Ethereum fails. Same with every other blockchain. If Solana, look at Solana. Solana's down significantly right now because people stopped using Solana. Right? It's down a lot. A lot of shit coins are over there. A lot of people are getting liquidated. It's an easy attack. It's not as secure. It has a lot of downtime, a lot of issues, and so people stop using Solana. So until they get those things fixed, which is what they've been trying to fix for years, it'll have its ups and downs. But yeah, you're gonna have that across the board, dude. You have to disconnect your wallet to see the other options. Oh, is that what I have to do? Let's disconnect this bad boy. Okay, so pre-sale ends. Next pre-sale increase. Next price increases in 1 day. Oh, I get what you're saying now. So this one says pre-sale ends in 4 hours. 4 hours. And then it says next price increases in 1 day. Is that what you're talking about? I'm so confused. I am confused there. I'll give you that. If you want to shill some shit, shill. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Particular videos as advertising. And I do mark those. Yeah, you're right, dude. I do mark them as advertisement, dude. And what's crazy is I usually get conflicted. That's been my hardest part in crypto is I get super conflicted because I'm like, and I've talked about projects that you probably shouldn't talk about, and then they hit you up and like some of them are like, okay, you're good. But I think what it comes down to for me is it's just the tokenomics of it. I think Acceler kind of set the tone on. I think that's kind of what did it. Kind of shifted my thought process with Acceler of just like, yo, dude, we don't need, and I've already went back to the developers with Pure Wallet, and I've already said, dude, like one dude, Cent is freaking killing it right now. Holy shit. It's up 25%. It's been battling this. It's battling right now, dude. Where's the conviction? Who's going to hold? But what I was saying is that, when it comes to tokens that are, where tokens are going to developers or tokens are going to exchanges or tokens are going to marketing and all that kind of stuff, like I try to avoid that, you know what I mean? And it was just kind of crazy that at the end of this whole thing, Acceler kind of set the tone a little bit with tokenomics. And I think a lot of us want it to go back to us as holders. No projects out there are giving back to the holders. No projects are putting all their profits back to holders or giving things back to the holders. It's all to make themselves rich. And we know that, right? We know when people say that crypto's a scam, like that's the reasons why, is because a lot of people are taking those tokens and able to open them up on the open markets and sell them and cause, they can do whatever they want to do. But then you have some projects come around here, and I do think that they're trying to do the right thing here. And they're trying to give back to the holders. They're trying to create tech that gives all the profits back to the holders, or some port, whatever it might be. I think Acceler has a percentage back to the holders and stuff like that. So that's what it's about for me, dude. And it's kind of changed the game. Cent and Acceler kind of changed the game with my thought process on that. Like, why do we want to keep investing in projects where you get into a pre-sale and then you expect all this miracle, but you realize that only 1% of your $10,000 that you gave them, 10% is going to the token, and the rest of that is going to everyone else's pocket. So you're going to give them $10,000, and you realize that 8,000 is going to go to someone's pocket. Like, that's what I'm saying, dude. That's crazy to me. I want all my money to go work for a project and try to build back the project. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your best remote projects you support for your loyal followers. I try to, dude. I try to, and there's a couple that I do. I'll call myself out, dude. Like, there's a couple that I've talked about that I probably shouldn't have talked about, dude. Like, I talked about Antics, and then I started to realize, and like I said, then Acceler came out, and I was like, oh, wait a second, dude. Like, maybe Antics is not, like, that's not a good, and look what Antics did, dude. And then I've had like multiple pre-sale people hit me up, and I'm like, yo, dude, like, no, because your tokenomics are not where they should be, dude. Thank you for your tip on using SafePal with Pure Wallet. Yeah, no problem, dude. Big stank. I'm holding 700,000. That's pretty good, dude. Do you think HBAR and XLM was still a good coin? Yeah, I think, dude, any blockchain is good, dude. Any of these blockchains are good. I think HBAR, obviously Hashgraph. Blockchains are where you want to be invested in, dude. Honestly, that's what you want to do. You want to be invested in them. So, but yeah, that's kind of what you want to do. Nudge, CZ. Yeah. People on today's keep calm and hold. Yeah, I think so too. Let's see. I'm holding. But all right, guys, I got to hop off here. I got to actually jump on this call, dude. Yeah, I got my dad's calling me. But yeah, I'm gonna hop on this call. I gotta talk to my father. We're trying to get things set up for my stuff. So with all that, today's been a little bit of a weird space, and maybe I'll come on tonight, dude. Before maybe like later tonight before the New Year's is over, and wish everyone a happy New Year's. Maybe we'll come on later, probably around like 5, maybe like 4 or 5 o'clock, and talk about some stuff. So, but yeah, with all that, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. If you guys don't come back on here, have a safe and happy New Year. Please be safe out there. Do not drink and drive. Don't do anything like that. Call Uber. Call a friend. Call someone. Just please be safe out there. Yeah, if you're out there with some of the big crowds, just be aware. Follow your surroundings. All the crazy stuff that's out there. So yeah, just be safe, please. I hope you guys are all back on here tomorrow for New Year's. Actually, I will not be on here tomorrow for New Year's. We got soccer in the morning. So. But I'll try to come on a little bit later this afternoon and maybe talk about the markets, because I'm probably going to put some longs in. So maybe I'll do that and go from there. So yeah, with all that, love you guys a ton. Stay safe out there. Happy New Year's, and we're out. Peace out, everyone.